I read Somewhere I Have Never Traveled, Gladly Beyond by E. E. Cummings as my poem, and at first I thought that it was really hard to understand. I didn't really understand what he was talking about, but then I realized that it was a love poem about a girl that he thought kind of became his everything. And I also was kind of fascinated by like the contradictions, especially in the first stanza, because it says stuff like, in your most frail gesture are things which enclose me or which I cannot touch because they are too near. And the fact that he's talking about things that are too near to touch is kind of interesting, because it's like talking about basically how he her love is like something that can't really be explained. Like, you don't really think of things that are really close to you to be untouchable. So it kind of showed how like impossible their love really kind of was. And he's talked about how her slightest look could easily unclose him, and that she opened him petal by petal, which basically I read a criticism on this, and they were talking about how it was just kind of all aspects of his life that she kind of opened up for him and made new. And he was saying that nothing which we are to perceive in this world equals the power of your intense fragility. So basically he's just talking about how nothing that he's ever experienced before is quite like her. And basically the whole theme of this poem is just how much he loves her, but also it's interesting because it's showing how life kind of is really difficult and can be hard for people, but that love can still kind of see you through everything. And so I thought this reflected modernism, because in modernism it talks about how things are not always perfect, and it shows kind of a side of life that's a little bit more difficult than some certain genres have shown before. But yet it still shows the hope shining through everything, and the kind of like American dream is different. It's not like bringing yourself up from something that was impossible. It's more of just getting through the everyday thing that everybody goes through. And I just thought that this poem really reflected that in modernism, and it was a good example.